Many of us know the channel Geoff Buys Cars, famous for its love of Swedish cars and particularly the Volvo 850. But what's going on? Geoff's recently purchased not one Renault but two. Let's check with the man himself what his plans are.
So I'm here with Geoff Buys Cars again, another practical classic show, another year, and you've gone all French on us, Geoff. You've gone all Renault. What's happened?
Do you know what? I was thinking this on the drive up. It's a bit of a tradition, this, isn't it, that you and I do it. Have we done this for 3 years in a row now?
I think we might have done, yeah.
I think we have.
Yeah.
I don't own a Volvo that's on the road at the minute, which is weird.
But you've got two French cars that are on the road in MOT.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's all gone wrong. So this is the 10. I also own an 11. My 850 TDI is parked up and waiting for some work, and then I've got the race car, the one that I use for the track day. I've got that 850 still. So
you sold the Peugeot track car now?
Peugeot track car's gone, yeah. That actually went to someone who wanted all the bits. He got a rare special edition 206 GTI, and he just wanted the interior. Okay. So it donated it gave its life to save others, basically.
Well, that's good, that's good. But what about this? I mean, this is a South African spec car. Yeah. I mean, this was just an impulse, late night eBay, I've got to have it? Or
it was an early morning. What it was, right, I had a free day, and I was in Halesowen, which isn't too far from here, and this car was in Solihull. And I'd ended up in Halesowen buying a new phone from like one of these dodgy phone shops. And I was sat in a coffee shop, and this car was in my watch list on eBay. I found it on eBay, and I just thought, that looks cool. And then I thought, well, I'm in Halesowen. That's basically halfway there. I'll go and have a look. I'll just go and have a look. And I phoned the guy and I said, look, I'm just going to have a look. I'm not going to drive it home. And then ended up, I don't know, I just got over there and I just thought, I really like this. And I'd been doing a lot on the ULEZ stuff, and I thought it would be great to have something that is ULEZ free, tax free, MOT free. So I was shopping for something. Yeah,
this will keep Sadiq Khan awake at night, this car, won't it?
Well,
really?
They do, yeah.
I hope so, yeah.
And it's relatively easy to live with. I've spent a fair bit of money on it since I got it, but I really quite like it. There's still lots to do. You've got
really, because normally cars come on the channel, you know, you have your time with them, but this one has not moved on. There's something about this, isn't there? That
that's right.
Well, so the simplicity of it.
I think it's the simplicity of it, yeah. And it just puts a grin on your face whenever you drive it, and that stuff matters.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a happy little car. It's quite hard to. I was about to say then it's quite hard to be miserable in a Renault 10, but it's very easy to be miserable in a Renault 10 when it's raining and it's 10 o'clock at night and you got no heating because my heating cable's broken.
Okay.
But generally, I like the way it makes me feel. I like that you have to work the gearbox, and sometimes I can't get third gear, and the steering's heavy, and my speedo wobbles at some point between 50 and 60. You've got no idea how fast you're going. But it's a character, and there's a personality in this car that you don't get with modern stuff.
And does the fuel gauge work? That's the important thing, isn't it?
They're all thereabouts.
Okay. Yeah. So it's either empty. It's a bit like mine used to be on the motor. It used to sort of empty or full, but
I have run out once, so I have learnt that I need to be more careful with the fuel gauge. I thought I had about a quarter of a tank, but then it went.
And some challenges on health and safety filling this up, I gather.
Well, I did have an issue.
I must admit, it would make me nervous putting petrol in next to the engine.
Well, this is the thing. Like, it is directly above the engine, and at that point, I was on the wrong side with the fuel pump, and it's stressful. So I don't want to spend any more time than is necessary to put fuel in the car.
Right.
I don't want to have the fuel nozzle any longer than I need to. And obviously on that occasion, I was stood there for however many minutes in position ready to go before she then declined me the fuel. So yeah, wasn't allowed to fuel up because the filler's right next to the engine.
Yeah, that strikes sort of classic car destination of choice being BP. I must admit I put sort of Esso in E5 because it's got very low or nil ethanol, or did, but I'm sure that's going to change soon anyway. But what are the other challenges with the car? Finding parts fit? You found parts?
I found parts are pretty well available in France, so long as you don't have too much to deal with in terms of like Brexit and charges and shipping and all that sort of stuff. But stuff is pretty well available. What have I had to do on it? We've not yet done it's just expensive.
and the road trip you're talking about, the road trip's with the 11, is it?
I don't know yet.
You don't know?
Yeah, I mean, I want to drive. This is coming around because I want to drive to Spain. I want to go find some sunshine.
Okay, don't blame you.
So then I'm thinking, well, from a channel point of view, what car do I drive for the channel? I was thinking my Renault 11's just been MOT'd, maybe I drive that. And I drove it around a bit the other day and I thought, this car's all right. I'm not quite sure I want to sit in it for all of that time. So, and you can be my guinea pig on this. I'm thinking about possibly buying a Renault Laguna Coupe.
Very underrated car, but Aston Martin like, aren't they?
Very
Styling.
Aston Martin like. Yeah.
Diesel.
2 litre diesel,
Yeah.
so it will do all of the fuel economy.
Yeah.
Well, is it a bit boring and predictable?
I think it's a pretty car though, isn't
It's
it?
a very pretty car, yeah. And I think if I put that on my YouTube channel, it might be the sort of car where people go, I would have never have thought to get one of them.
Yeah, it's left field, isn't it? Either that or a 406 coupe diesel, if you can find one.
They've all
Pininfarina
gone.
design, yeah, they're all gone.
They've all disappeared. There's a couple of petrols left, but all the diesels seem to have gone. What are you driving these days?
We've still got the Motor 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, still got that at the moment. Keep threatening to buy something else, but you know, no room. Fortunately, stops that, so we'll have to.
What would you get if you were going to get something else?
E39.
An E39, yeah.
Well, I looked at your past video, and Geoff filmed a video on the E30. There was a glacier green one or something, an
That
E30,
was a
and
good
that
car.
looked good. I like the split tailgate on
Yeah.
on the BMW Tourings.
Yeah.
They're great, aren't they?
They are just, it's hard to go wrong with an E39. That one was a 523i glacier green with really rare, like dark green. Was it grey leather? Oh, it was like greeny grey. It was really weird.
Green on green is
Yeah.
a great comment. Well, according to me, it's a great comment.
But it was a really it was a very nicely well looked after car, and it was just smart. So I think an E39 Touring, if you can stomach the fact that fuel economy isn't fantastic on them, then great cars. And like that'd be a good long distance car. The 6-cylinder BMW petrol, it just.
I think it's modern enough to be usable, but not so modern that you need to code you need to code everything in, or you change your component. The only thing is the airbag suspension at the back can be.
They can be problematic, those E39s.
But you've had a few E39s, haven't you?
I've had 2 on the channel, and I had longer term before I started YouTubing. I had a 530 diesel that I liked as well.
Oh,
so I am a bit of a BMW. I do like a BMW.
Yeah, well, we've taken a left turn into Renault land, and who knows? Then watch out Geoff's channel to find out whether that left turn turns into a full on cul-de-sac of French automobiles.
Well, I've kind of got, like, as the channel's progressed, I've gone Swedish through the phase of German stuff with the 3 Series and the X5 and the 5 Series and now I'm pretty embedded in the French stuff, especially if I go and buy this Laguna that I'm looking at.
Oh, well, watch out Geoff's channel. Have a look out to Geoff Buys Cars, or Cars Geoff Buys, which is his other channel as well.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, you forgot about that.
Yeah, I can never find it.
It's okay. So we've got Geoff Buys Cars and Cars Geoff Buys.
Yeah.
So just rearrange the channel title, and you'll find it. But thanks again for talking to us.
Right on.
Thank
Cheers,
you very much.
Simon.
Cheers. Thank you.